Hey everybody, today I want to talk about a nifty thing that I created to help me out with storing the lenses for my enlarger. And I'm sure this is a video that's going to get like 3 views from the 3 people that actually have the same setup I do. But hey, if I can help 3 people, then that'll make my day. I have these lenses for the enlarger, and I started out with just one, which was a 50mm lens for doing 35mm prints. But then I wanted to do 6x6, so I wanted to have my 120 format film. With that, you use a 75mm lens. So I have that. And then a few weeks ago, a viewer mentioned using a 40mm lens with half frame 35mm shots. And I do a lot of half frame photos with my Pentax 17. And the idea of using the 40mm lens is that you are actually going to lower the enlarger head to a more reasonable height. When you're using a regular 50mm lens, it's pretty high up. So the 40mm lens helps with that. Where am I going to store the 2 lenses I'm not using when I'm using the 3rd lens in the enlarger? I made this 3D printed box to hold the lenses, and it's got these little slots in it, and the lenses fit in just like that. Now, Beseler enlargers have, as far as I understand, there's these small enlargers. There's 2 different lens board sizes. The one I have, this VC67, has a 2 5/8 inch wide lens board. That's this metal piece that the lens is actually attached to. And so the original box I made was for 2 5/8 inches. But they also have a 4-inch lens board for some of their models. So if you have a 4-inch wide lens board, I've also provided a model that's made for that. It's a much larger case, and it's going to take longer to print, but it will hold, instead of the 2.5 inch that I have here, it'll be wider and higher, and it'll hold the 4-inch. You don't need a 3D printer in order to make these 3D printable objects. There are services online that will do that for you. And in fact, it's pretty cheap. Let me show you how this works. I'm just going to use as an example a website called craftcloud3d.com. The way this works is you just drag and drop your model onto the web page and pick your settings. In my case, millimeters and US dollars. The part that I designed is in millimeters. And then it's going to analyze the part. And when you click the See Materials and Prices button, you're going to see for each kind of material, and hundreds of materials, you'll see them showing how many different companies, how many offers are available. It's kind of like doing an Uber or something. And I'm going to suggest that you pick either PETG or ABS. Those are 2 excellent materials for functional plastic parts. So let's scroll down and we'll take a look at ABS. And you'll see it finished calculating the prices. And for ABS, we see the cheapest price was $16.12 plus $5 shipping. And we click on that and we get to pick things like the infill. 20% is fine. And get to pick the color. There's different finishes. I wouldn't pick any of these sanded or polished. You don't need that. Just the regular finish. And let's select the finish, select the color. For me, I'll just go with boring black. And you'll get to see the different companies you can buy it from. And in this case, you look at the bottom and you'll see the list of companies. And the first one for $21.12 shipped is from Infinite 3D Creations in Illinois. Now let's go back and look at the other option, which was PETG, another excellent material for functional parts. This one, the lowest price was $16.42 shipped, and that's a great deal. This thing is, this part takes 10 hours to print. So having somebody ship it to you for less than $20 is an excellent deal. And this one, is Detroit 3D Manufacturing in Michigan. If you have a Beseler enlarger and you want to be able to protect these lenses when you're not using them, download the STL file, upload it, have it printed. And when you get your printed part, get some cork or some felt and glue it onto the bottom. I used a cork that has adhesive back, and it makes it look nicer and it keeps from sliding around. That's all I have for you today. As always, thank you for watching.